That's our theme now, right?
The little 90s theme.
Full house, in effect. Bren and Mike got it right. Got it right. If you're tuning in, this is spoiler talk for Black Widow. It's been out for a week by the time this video has come out.
Probably.
That's enough time for you. A weekish.
Sure.
Yeah, the spoiler curtain has lifted.
Whatever. Everybody should have seen it the day it came out anyway, so.
So before we go on with this actual spoiler talk, I got a funny story. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow related. My daughter is in love with Fast and Furious franchise. Terrible franchise. I love it because me and my wife have like gone to see almost every movie, and we have a good time. We clown on it. It makes no sense. It's like Grand Theft Auto the movie at this point. They don't do races anymore. Who the fuck wants to see races? They're doing fucking heist, and they're no longer stealing DVD players. They're stealing secret weapons that could destroy the world. They're like fucking superheroes at this point. So we go to the movie theaters with her two of her friends, we're little chaperone kind of thing. And we kind of figure they don't want the old people, because, we're old people now. They don't want us with them. So we sit in the back. So I'm talking to the lady.
Yeah, you got pushed to the back.
I'm talking to the lady. I get the 3 tickets for the kids. I say, Fast 9, thank you. Can I get 2 more tickets for Fast 9, but in the back row? Everything's cool. We get our snacks. We sit down. A bunch of Disney trailers are on, for the new Rock movie that's coming out. Shang-Chi, his trailer pops on. We're all good. And then we hear dun, 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 and the Marvel logo starts playing. And we're all fucking confused. I'm looking, I'm like, did Disney buy Fast 9? Are they part of Marvel? What the fuck is going on? The lady gave us the tickets to Black Widow. She said, you want to see Fast 9? Fuck out of here. This is your first time in the movies in 2021? You're going to see Black Widow. That's what happened. So we never saw Fast and Furious.
That's fucked up.
Saw Black Widow. So my wife's like, what do we do? Like, should we tell the kids, should we grab them? I was like, nah, we're here for Black Widow now. Like, we're going to enjoy this ride. We'll see Fast 9 another day. I'm here for Black Widow now. So yeah, it's I think Disney is like just bullying people. Like, nah, like you say Fast, Furious, you seen Black Widow. We need that money. Forget COVID. It's movie theaters.
That's a big mistake though for somebody to make, to tap into. How do you get like Fast 9 and Black Widow is nowhere near each other? So I don't get it.
She gave the right tickets to the kids. It was just me and my wife, and I think what happened was she was by herself. So when I'm talking to her, she had 2 phone calls.
Wait, so the kids saw Fast 9?
No, they followed us into Black Widow.
But they had Fast 9 tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys could have just went to separate theaters.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my child in a theater by herself. Fuck out of here. But by the time we realized, I'm like, listen, Fast 9 already began maybe like 10 minutes ago. I'm not getting up. I'm not relocating. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the teller, she was dealing with like 2 phone calls. Then she was doing my tickets. Then her name tag said Harley Quinn. So I was like, oh, is that your name? And she's like, no, I just love the character. So we're talking about that. So she was hella distracted.
Oh,
she was like, comic books, Black Widow, here you go. But yeah, I'm not mad. I'm glad that my first movie of 2021 was a Marvel movie. Black Widow just released, came out.
Mike, what are your thoughts?
Would you like it?
It's not bad. I mean, it definitely should have came out like a couple years ago. The way it felt, but like it should have, like where it was originally dated. But it was not bad. I mean, it was nice to know a little more story about Black Widow because they really didn't tell you much. I mean, they tell you, okay, she's a spy, okay, this and that in the background. This gives you more depth to her character, but now she's dead.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Spoiler alert for
The fuck,
for those who didn't watch
God,
Endgame.
dude.
Dead.
Come on, man.
But listen,
No.
I gotta say, I gotta add before you guys started. We did not need certain characters in this movie. Like, you did not need this red schmo. You did not like. They needed to keep storylines, but we'll get into that later. I'll let you guys do your thing. But that's what I think. But it was not a bad movie overall.
Okay.
I thought it was an origin. I thought it was gonna go back to what we kind of saw when she got all mind fucked by WandaVision and Wanda in Avengers. And
I
I
don't
thought it was
know.
gonna be like her origin. I mean, not just like little snippets of going through scenes, and then you gradually understand, and then now we're here. But I thought it was going to be like when she's a kid and she grows up and she goes through all that training and she's all getting mind fucked by the people and becoming an assassin. You're going to see some assassin shit that she's doing, and then some spy shit, and then teaming up with Clint Barton earlier and knowing what happened then. And I thought it was going to be all of that, and it wasn't at all. So
I was a little off in the timing of the movie. For some reason,
Yeah.
I had it in my head it was going to take place after Infinity War.
yes,
So
that's what I thought too.
I thought it was going to be
At the end,
Like the
At the end.
5-year gap between Infinity War and Endgame, I thought it was going to be between that time.
well,
But
at the
it
end
was,
it did that.
it was before that. It was before Civil. It was after Civil War.
It was.
it takes place like almost immediately after the Civil War.
Yeah, she's on the
And,
run for going against the Accords.
That's why I said this movie should have been dated back to when it was, to what it was original date, because it would have fit a hell of a lot better. I mean, regardless, like I said,
yeah.
Or maybe they could have changed the storyline and not went back so far.
No, I mean, I think this is the perfect love letter to her character because one of the big things with Endgame was her Avengers family not knowing that she had actual family. And this is a good switch just to show that she was a person outside of the Avengers. And we do get a little bit of origin. We finally we finally figured out what happened in Budapest. That was, her defecting from the Black Widow program to joining SHIELD. A great throwaway line in Avengers comes back at this point because I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when she was talking,
far ahead they planned.
Yeah,
it's
but
ridiculous.
When she was talking to Loki one-on-one,
Yeah,
and he goes, "You have a lot of red in your ledger. It must be dripping." Dreykov's daughter. What about Dreykov's daughter? I had no idea what the hell they were talking about when he mentioned that. I was like, oh, okay.
I tend not to weep over that. I'm Russian. Or I was.
And what are you now?
It's really not that complicated. I got red in my ledger. I'd like to wipe it out.
Can you wipe out that much red? Dreykov's daughter? Sao Paulo? The hospital fire? Barton told me everything.
And now, years and years later, you figure out the story behind Dreykov's daughter.
Any ramble line that somebody says has meaning. 10 years later, 8 years later.
I don't remember that scene, like where they did that. I don't even remember that scene. What movie was that?
Look it up on YouTube. This is when they had Loki captured. He was in that
No,
capsule.
no, not that scene. The scene where she kills the kid. What movie is that?
In Black Widow. Do you fucking
No. But that's okay, but that's supposed to happen in a different movie.
No, that was just a flashback.
That's a flashback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they made it seem like it was another movie. I thought I was like, wait, what did I miss?
Budapest, because her and Clint Barton always reference Budapest. So we get an idea of what was going on. They mention little lines throughout the Black Widow movie,
but he was
nowhere
around.
How crazy it was.
He was nowhere around.
Oh, Clint? You mean Hawkeye?
They both say, "Oh, it's like Budapest. We're bringing back to Budapest." Like they were both there, and the only thing they showed was her.
Well,
where was he? That he was such a part of it to mention it for all these years.
Well, yeah. Well, at some point,
was he?
maybe in the new Hawkeye, show, we'll get to see his point of view.
I think
But
they'll do
when,
that.
but when her and Yelena when they were in the like the ceiling grate thing, she mentions, "Oh, me and Clint spent 3 days in here." So
Yeah,
they were together.
yeah, they did
Um,
Yeah, they'll put that.
piece
They'll
together
add it.
stuff.
They'll
Oh,
piece it together.
can we talk about her sister?
She's awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
She is
Yeah.
fantastic.
One,
She is
one of
funny.
yeah.
one of the few parts I actually didn't mind was her. Well, a few characters I didn't mind was her.
I can't wait to see more of this character because she embodies, this, like, she's like Black Widow, but she's not, she has this humor and like this thought
She's
about her.
funnier. She's funnier than Black Widow.
I would
Yeah.
say there's more humor to her than Black Widow.
I mean,
Black
she has
Widow
more fight, more survival, more you know, yeah, like
she's a little,
she
she
has
seems
more
a little,
fight because
she's
she's
a
been on
little
the run
darker.
doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She has like a sense of dark humor, and but she's not afraid to voice her opinion. Like, she even comes at her, she's like, "So what's up with that split thing that you do? That
that was hilarious, man.
Yeah,
And she
like,
tried to do it. She was like, "Ew."
yeah,
Why do you guys do that thing? Do what? The thing you do when you're fighting. Like this when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair and you do like a fighting pose. Such a poser. You're a total poser.
I'm not a poser.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
that's what I love about Marvel movies. They're not afraid to make fun of themselves, and they'll point out the more
Yeah.
comic book aspects of their shows or of the movies. And that part was hilarious. Mike didn't like it, but I love the family dynamic, and I love the parts of her family. The Red Guardian, I loved him.
Yeah,
I thought
I
he
didn't
was
like
funny.
him.
he was like he
Not
was
that I
goofy,
didn't.
stupid, but I like towards later on he was like goofy, but then he brought in like he actually cared. Like it was,
Yeah.
it
I
wasn't,
just didn't.
it wasn't,
I
it
don't
turned,
know.
it was a mission, and then it turned real for him. I guess eventually, like
Yeah.
all these years later, it actually
Like,
meant
like he,
something.
I don't
So
know,
he
that
cared
man.
about
mission
these
meant
kids.
something to him afterwards.
But if you look at his train of thought, he did care about them, but in a weird way. He was like, "You are the best child assassin, and look at you! You became an Avenger. I'm proud of you." He's
Yeah,
proud of the weird things, where they wanted
yeah.
a regular family.
Was he like
Oh, but
that
you
though?
know,
I don't know. It's
I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
funny. I'm not
There's
as
different
familiar with
versions
him.
of him too.
Yeah,
in
I'm
comics,
more
so.
familiar with the Crimson Dynamo, who they did call him that at some point, who is an
Yeah.
Iron Man villain, and I thought that was just a funny toss away line right there, But
I don't know. I just didn't. Not that I didn't like care for that moment. I just didn't feel like his part was. I feel like his part was almost pointless near the end because it was just like, all right, you're just there as a fucking joke now. I just feel like.
yeah. So the thing about him, he is a Russian super soldier, who he said he was the only, but we do know that Bucky was part of that program, even though Russia, Hydra-ish, fine. I feel that they didn't show the super soldier part enough. And that leads into my problem with the movie, which was Taskmaster, who I thought we were going to get a lot more of Taskmaster and showing how this person is able to recreate the fighting styles of anyone that they watch. And I didn't feel that we had enough of these fight scenes with Taskmaster. There was so
No.
much potential there. Even
And-
when the Red Guardian was fighting him, they cut away from the fight, so you never really see that fight.
Yeah. The
He
fight
got- but
scenes
he
were
got his
okay though.
ass
The
kicked.
fight scenes were good,
The fight scenes that did happen were amazing. They were good. They were
Yeah.
well choreographed. I just
but
wanted more of that.
they didn't transfer over into another thing that he can do as much as I feel like he would have. Like with the moves and the weapons and everything like that. He didn't really do it. He did like the one little and then that was it. Oh, okay. That's all you did was just that, and then he did like some move and then done. And then they fight. There was nothing like grounded there to do that. He did like what one or two arrows and that was it.
No, but the initial fight scene, if you remember on the bridge.
Yeah,
They
they mimicked each other. They flipped.
Yeah.
They kicked. He blocked everything she did, but that was cool. Yeah, and that's where you're like, oh shit, like but then later on it's like, come on, more. Do more.
I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed in that character too because I was hoping for Taskmaster. I wasn't hoping for his daughter that got fucking blown up and she's still alive. I didn't care.
I kind of guessed that reveal. For those watching for those who know, the big reveal coming into that was, first of all, we had no idea who Taskmaster was, their identity. It was kept secret. And I kind of guessed it early on because they kept on referencing Dracov's daughter. I'm like, oh, okay, so I already know who Taskmaster is going to be. They're name dropping this character so many times. And lo and behold, it is Dracov's daughter,
Yeah.
His daughter gets blown up as a way of Black Widow, her way of getting out of the organization. She was part of the Black Widow program, and joining S.H.I.E.L.D. was to kill Dreykov, which she does, and the only way she can get a confirmation is by figuring if he's in the building or not.
She thinks he's dead by blowing up the place where the daughter was, but he got away somehow, which I don't understand because they do show him right in front of the girl when the girl gets blown the fuck up. But
he went to the shitter to drop a deuce, and he was good.
Right, he's like a full metal shitter,
like a bomb shelter.
A bomb shitter.
You know what I mean? He had a full metal shitter.
Thing is, I don't care either way if it was a male or female. It was just I didn't get the Taskmaster I thought I was gonna get. So hopefully they can redeem this character because
I got disappointed
the character did
with
survive.
I was disappointed with that. I was very disappointed with that. I was thinking, all right, we got this character in the mix now. Now we got another villain, another interesting villain.
Taskmaster is what? Good now?
Taskmaster has always flip-flopped in the comics.
He is like an anti-villain.
Like an anti?
He's like
anti.
Very similar to Venom, you like them, but they're dark, and they kind of fit whatever purpose they have at that moment. So
he's a hiree, though. You can hire him pretty much. He's more like one of those. You can hire him as bad guy.
He's like a Deadshot kind of character, But yeah, I'm fine with that. It's just I want them to develop this character more and give them more personality. It was like the whole mind control thing going on.
They did change the look. Also, I think they did have like a specific look in the beginning, and then later on, I think like the next trailer or something like that. After that, they changed the look of the helmet or the mask or whatever.
So maybe they can pull a Mandarin where the original Mandarin we got was just an actor, and maybe at some point they can say, "Well, we based this person off of the actual Taskmaster." So, like, who knows what may happen?
You know what? I feel like maybe they can throw it as because they were calling it the Taskmaster program. It wasn't that he was like. It wasn't that he was the particular Taskmaster.
So this is just like the one that worked, and then now later on there could be another one, which is the better.
We'll get
one.
Mr. Taskmaster,
right?
We'll get what the program was named after. You know what I mean? We'll get the man who was named after.
Skeletor as Taskmaster. It's got the face for it.
Got the mask. Sure. It's got the face for it. Definitely got the mask.